Little Shades. We're your host, Charlene, on the cover of an episode of Raincoat, finally. It only took us, like 2 weeks, when this comes out or something. Maybe it's only been a week. But it's definitely, it's definitely felt long.
It's been just about a week since we last recorded anything. You are right.
Yeah. But, we will get into this, but really quickly, I did make an interesting note when I was doing the thumbnails, which I realized that, where did I write this down? Oh, yeah. Okay, so so we both know that Makoto canceled the project, right? The Homunculus project?
Yes, or something like that, yeah.
Okay, why is the professor a zombie? That was very recent.
Right.
If this was canceled so many years ago,
I think we brought this up last time.
I don't think we did.
I remember us talking about wait, if Makoto shut it down, obviously he either didn't or some fuckery went on.
What I'll say is, I remember looking at the thumbnail of Huesca, and I'm thinking in my head, wait, he's a homunculus. This was canceled years ago. So, in my mind, we've not talked about this. But I thought it was an interesting question, because I was like, wait,
okay.
But I don't remember this being brought up. It could have been, and I just didn't recognize it as that question and thought of it as a different question. But I wanted to bring up that point because I was just kind of like, that's a really interesting fact, just to keep in mind. But anyway, go ahead and go.
There's a new bending
What
game?
happened here? Is this the homunculus testing site?
Oh, I look back at the stream and that's cool. Oh.
Oh, Yako.
Huh? Shinigami, did you hear that voice just now?
Not really. Must have been the wind.
No, I heard someone call my name.
Wow. That sounds like a good thing.
So that's Chief Yako, which isn't a surprise.
It's just what
The sun is shining through the ceiling. And
What?
since it's not raining here,
That's the biggest mystery in the
could we
world.
be outside of Kanai Ward?
I can
We
smell
have
the
to be.
ocean. Maybe this was built over the sea.
Whoa. That's okay. That is unique.
Let's go!
What the fuck? What are these nests? These look like something out of Subnautica, like the kelp.
It looks fucking weird, alien kind of like.
Like it looks like some plant, like fauna, but it's like red, which I feel isn't a very common color.
They're just pods for human. They make endless zombie clones out of the dead bodies and whatnot in these pods, or something like that. Yuma, make sure to
There it
wash
is.
your ass.
I heard that voice again.
You
It's coming
stank.
from over there.
You sure? Don't tell me you're bugging out too! Now you're hearing things. Poor master.
Hey, at least it's not ringing.
I'm not going crazy. I really did hear a voice.
Huh? Who's this? He's a new guy.
Who are you?
Hey, this guy can actually talk! Who is he?
I've never met him before.
Is this the guy calling you, Master?
No.
No, I don't think so. My name is Yuma. Who are you?
What? You don't know who I am?
Nope.
You must live in the boonies.
Yeah.
I'm the
Wait, you
CEO
look at the
of
script.
Amaterasu Corporation. Although, I conceded that post to someone else a little while ago.
Okay, so
Okay.
Hellsmile was aiming for his position, but he relented it to Makoto.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
mhm.
That's
Okay, I
what we're
see.
getting from that, right? But
Conceded?
you,
Um,
right?
yes.
Okay, I
Now,
was
we
just
don't know
making
how
sure
he
that-
conceded. Maybe he conceded out of blackmail, like Makoto was
Yeah,
threatening him, or,
he could've just
coercion.
been like, I don't like this Hellsmile guy.
Like, we don't know what made him concede.
What
Was it a
was the-
self-interest, or was it a exterior motive?
Right.
Wow, I'm good with fucking words today. What the hell?
Ulterior, I think.
Oh, ulterior. Well, I was thinking exterior, like
Because it's an
outside
external
of
force.
yourself.
I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right, it's an external force. But I think for the idea, it's ulterior motives because it's like other reasoning other than your main one for
Yeah,
why you're doing
I
this.
can see that. I just thought
But
exterior was just more
okay.
obvious because obviously you know that
Right.
it means outside of you.
It's essentially the same thing in this case.
Yeah.
You mean to Makoto Kagutsuchi?
Oh, you're Makoto's acquaintance. You'll have to excuse me then. A friend of his is a friend of mine. How about a glass of wine, too?
So I think we cut out the blackmail from Makoto, maybe. Either
I
that or
wonder.
he just.
I just thought about something. What are the chances that Makoto killed him so he would be compliant, made him a zombie, then made him do his commands?
That's what I was just saying. Is like unless if he had like his mind wiped or something.
Cause assuming the zombies are cause I have seen some zombie scenario types where if they're well fed, they are cognizant. They're not just focused on food. So if this is a well fed or maybe just cognitively charged zombie, maybe it's cognitive enough to like make a letter. What if that's a slider? What if there's a slider that you can say how stupid you want your zombie? I like the idea. You just like throw that shit all the way to the top, and they're like a normal person, but then you put it all the way to the bottom, and they turn into a zombie.
Then they turn into the fucking other like half the zombies on this island.
Yeah.
But then again, that is actually the ideal. If you could, that actually is a good thing and very likely because that kind of fits into the idea of the program they're going for, which was to sell these things as weapons.
Yeah.
If you can, and not to mention that espionage would be a fucking snit or stitch with fucking whatever the word is, if it's just a fucking completely compliant zombie.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
extremely good for shit like
I feel like the only
espionage.
problem with espionage is if they'd actually have the training. How much motor function do they actually
Well,
have?
That's the thing. Would they need training, or if you're controlling them and you know what they need to do and how they should need to act, you could just make them do it without them even realizing what
Yeah, I
they're doing.
guess you could program them. It's like
Since they're
the
dead,
thing is, I'm
they're
thinking
just
of
programming anyways.
the thing I'm thinking of
Right.
is either stereotype zombies which can't do fine motor functions,
Motor functions and whatnot.
or
Yeah,
or it's
but that's the thing. If they
yeah.
have full intelligence but are still controlled in every manner,
yeah.
then yeah, that would make it more sense.
Sorry, I'll pass. Besides, there's something I want to ask you.
Very well. What is it? Ask me anything.
This guy can actually communicate. Hans seems a lot more alert than the others. Master, now's your chance to get some answers.
I would like to ask you about the Blank Week mystery.
The Blank Week mystery.
What the hell is this?
Unfortunately, I don't know what happened.
What?
But
Wait.
piecing together the
That
bits and
supports
pieces
her
I
idea.
know, I do have an idea.
I was gonna say,
Wait.
I didn't think he disproved our theory because I don't even know our theory at this point, dude. I've not been thinking like I had that one thought about the like the project being
And then your
taken
brain
down.
just shut off.
I just haven't been thinking about this because I was like, it was taking
Right.
us a while to get back to it. But no, I was just
Okay.
thinking of the fact that it's an action. It's an event that happened, not just like and no, I guess event is kind of like
No, it's an event.
because because for some reason I thought it was just like a time placement, like this
Well,
week.
yeah, it's a time placement around an event, though.
Yeah.
It's like it is technically an action and an event all in one, and it's just because it's the
Yeah.
action of like Makoto taking over.
But I'm gonna ask you, what do you think? Well, what is this not disproving? Because I don't know any. If you have any fragment of the theory, I will take it because I don't got shit.
Okay, what did he say again? He said, can you get back to
it
that?
was
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. That was all.
Okay.
And then he says
That-
missing.
Or one idea of maybe like he had specific important things erased just to keep enough of him functioning. It doesn't just
okay. Yeah.
because if he actually was blackmailed or something, it's really convenient that he doesn't know what happened in the Blank Week mystery fully.
Yeah.
But then again,
Makoto
there
would
is the
erase that.
idea. Why would you let him even have the idea of trying to like piece it together? Which he does say he like can try to piece it together.
Well,
It could just be like he left some things in there and then just like saw it as like not important to remove.
I feel like if he did
There's a
get blackmailed, right, I don't think Makoto would leave that in. That's a bad mistake to make. Now, if he leaves other events outside that,
Right,
it's like, oh, we'll never figure it out.
If you leave surrounding things, that's what I'm saying. If you leave surrounding events like around it, then it would just seem to be a weird haze that he can try to piece together. That is a possibility.
Back
But at
then,
the same time, it could just be that he doesn't exactly know what exactly happened, but was accepting of it at the time or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. Let's go.
Okay.
a plot about the unified government planning to occupy Kanai Ward had been uncovered.
The Yuji wanted Kanai Ward?
From what I
Makes sense.
understand, the Blank Week mystery is a conspiracy the UG set up to take over the city.
Why would the unified government want Kanai Ward?
I have no idea. I suppose it's
Or
to steal the
weapons.
rights to Amaterasu
Right.
Corporation. As a matter of fact, Kanai Ward was wiped from the map for some time, just as the UG wanted. But we were saved by my friend, Makoto Kagutsuchi.
Maybe, so does that mean
How
Hellsmile
did
was
Makoto-
someone like collaborating to bring like the UG in so he can become more of a leader of the corporation? And Makoto, that's why he didn't like Makoto's because Makoto actually did save the situation? Or is that brainwashing saying that like Makoto did help?
Okay.
There's more
You're saying,
possibilities.
is the story he's selling the truth or what Makoto's truth? Is that the question?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It could
I
be
have no
the truth, and it's just that's what like put down Hell Smile. What we're going for now, what we're doing now is more like adding more and more details to the last case.
Yeah.
Like the ending of the last case and like this shift that we've just caused
I have no idea.
by
But
actually like progressing.
it's to steal the rights to Amaterasu Corporation. As a matter of fact, Kanai Ward was wiped off the map for some time, just as the UG wanted. But we were saved by my friend Makoto. Okay, I feel like that last line could be brainwashing,
Right, that's what I was saying.
but
That last line could have just been maybe I should edit in this line saying that I did this. You know, that is a possibility.
it's and then in your other idea, if this was Makoto's story, you're thinking that maybe Hellsmile was going to be the ambassador But then when Makoto jumped into
No,
the...
what I was saying was, technically, because we already have evidence that Hellsmile was outsider trading and whatnot, I think.
Yes, okay.
So, like, it's possible that if it's not just like a lie but implanted in this doctor's head and he actually
Okay.
did save Kanai Ward from the UG, it's possible that Hellsmile was the like inner leak in Amaterasu Corporation where he was trying to like sell out to the UG so he could have a higher position.
Okay.
That is a possibility.
And he would be upset by Makoto because he was sent by
Because
the UG.
Makoto.
Because
Well,
Makoto
do
was...
we know that he was sent by the UG? Because he
I mean, I
just
feel
said
like
that Makoto
I think
saved
it's plausible.
us from the UG. He just said he saved us from the UG. So if
couldn't that be
was the case, why would the UG send someone to stop themselves?
I feel like this could be a long play. The reason why
Well,
I
that's
say
the thing.
this...
I did say that it's possible that that was just like an edited and brainwashing thing by the UG or whatever. That's
the reason
very
why
possible.
I think they would send Makoto if they wanted to wipe off the map was, I feel like wiping off the map was the nuclear situation if they couldn't take over it. Or maybe they said that openly. Like, what if they sent let's say they sent like an encrypted message, but they knew that Amaterasu would intercept it, and they'd be like, holy shit, they're gonna kill us. Oh god, okay guys, we need to go into overdrive. And then they just do that to make them freak out. So then they send Makoto because then they're like, there's no way they would send somebody. They're just gonna destroy us. We have to, they wouldn't look at Makoto. They would be like, what's the point of sending someone in? They could be doing this taking them
That's
off
the
the
thing.
map as
Again,
a as a
that
missile.
I understand what you're saying, kind of, but that's not like contrarian to what I said originally, which was that it's still possible that he just brainwashed this line. But if it is the case
True.
where he actually did save Kanai Ward,
yeah.
then it wouldn't really
No, I
make
wasn't
sense at all.
contradicting him probably brainwashing him like that. I feel like that's probably most
No,
obvious.
that's not what I'm saying either. I'm saying that is part of your argument, but that's not
okay.
100% guaranteed. And because that's what I was doing, I split that into two
Okay.
parts. I don't know if you realized or understood
No,
that.
not at fucking all.
Okay, clear, but let's continue.
Okay.
Overcome the threat of Kanai Ward disappearing.
He appeared from nowhere and volunteered to negotiate with the UG.
Ah,
Rumor
I
is
see.
he has a special connection within their ranks. I didn't expect
So it's
much
not that he was
from him,
sent
of
by
course.
them necessarily, inherently, but it's
I
possible.
mean, he could have definitely been given orders, but he was at...
Well, that's the thing. It says that he has a connection within it, but not necessarily that he is that connection. Like, it says that he has one there. It could just be like he has like some pull within the higher ranks.
Oh, okay, I see. I thought it was saying there were rumors that he had special ranks, and that was
like he is
Yeah,
like a
like
special
he's-
rank in the thing. It's not necessarily always the same, but that is still a possibility as well.
yeah. And if anything, that I would almost say that's, even if he says it, words it this way, this is the brainwashing. Makoto could have specifically made it so he didn't look like the antagonist. He could be like,
that's what I'm saying.
that's
very
another
possible.
thing. Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't contradicting you. I just realized that. I was like, the brainwashing. Why would he leave in anything incriminating? You know? Why leave evidence?
You're
at
on
least
your way to
against you, I would
understanding
say.
it, bud.
But it wasn't as if we had any other choice.
Well, actually, I guess that's not true. There's point to leaving evidence, because if you're spotless, that could be even more suspicious, right? If you have so much power, but you have no record of existing, that would be weirder, right? if you have all this money and everything ever, but your record is non-existent, and it's so like the idea of seeding in that he has a connection makes it less suspicious than not bringing up Makoto. or saying that Makoto just happened to fix everything, you know? If you just
Right.
waved it off.
Because it adds detail to how he fixed it,
Yeah.
and also like contrarian. There's the possibility that like the UG, like for your argument, there's the possibility the UG sent him in for
Mhm.
espionage to be like, okay, you're gonna say you're negotiating with us, but in reality we're collaborating, right? To fucking bring it like it into our control, and you
Yeah.
can do this. Like we're gonna send detectives like after you, like, and then like with that knowledge you can, like, here's the detectives, like, and it also explains why he would know some of our shit, but he could just fucking use the detectives to get rid of Hellsmile and the remaining of Kanai Ward, and just fucking, nail shit.
Yeah.
But then again, there is also the possibility that he genuinely just was some middle ground actor.
I don't know if it's because I took a shower, but I swear this episode is so so cohesive. I don't know if it's just because my understanding is up, or if it's because we took a break. But like, I
I don't
swear
know if your
everything is making
understanding
more
is up.
sense, or it seems like we're making better distance. I should say.
Okay, we're making better calls, yeah, but I feel like that's more inherent to the fact that they're just giving us a lot of retrospective information that helps like past things fit more connect. Like I feel like you're understanding it more is because that's what this is genuinely supposed to do. It's supposed to make
Yeah.
everything else make more sense.
True.
Because just in this game, we were just given almost no direction, which is a fair thing because we have memory loss. So that's
Yeah.
actually another fucking good reason for it. We have no direction and we're just
I
like
love how
flying.
we're complimenting this game at the very end because, like,
Well, actually, you know what? It's done it okay so far. If it pulls this part through, it's done it like it's done a good job of fucking retrospective.
Mhm.
So if it pulls it
And
off,
before we
celebration.
Yeah. That's why I said. That's why I commend myself to. I remember I commending myself to the Doomer theory that they just killed off every character because if I'm right, the game sucks and I was correct. Which I'm not
That would
happy
also be
about.
true. If they
But two,
did
if
just
I
kill
was
the
wrong,
entire cast,
if I was wrong, I would be glad because because I want this game to be good. uh, but yeah, so we can get back on.
do it, the negotiations were complete.
How?
Ooh.
Upon arriving at the negotiation table, he immediately announced that Kanai Ward would be isolated.
Wait, that's a solution?
whoa,
That
that's anti fucking collaborating with the UG. That heavily suggests that he actually was against the UG.
that's that's a solution?
Actually, yeah, a lot of. I mean, it worked. I mean, isolating is how you stop other countries from attacking a lot of times, unless if you're Japan with the USA.
True.
Then they have warships, and you kind of just have to open the door.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess this is oddly surprising because I felt did did you have the assumption that the isolation was before this? Because I feel like for this entire time, I assumed this isolation thing was going on.
To be fair, yeah, I did have. I didn't really assume, but I guess I kind of did. It makes like, yeah, I think I did assume because it like overall a
Because we
lot of
kept
our
thinking,
ideas have been like around the idea of, oh, like he came in through an isolated border,
yes,
but if
that
he
was
didn't,
exactly
then
it. We kept saying
that
it was
was. I
espionage
remember
mission.
you kept saying that, and I think that's just like drug me into the that's what
Yeah.
happened, man. I think that's
Yeah,
exactly
it
what
was.
happened
We
with
kept
us.
saying it was I kept saying it was an espionage mission because he was going under borders. Like he was
Right.
getting undercover. When in reality apparently wasn't even isolated at that point. Although at the same time, would the UG be that cool? Would they just be like, oh fuck, what do we do?
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't matter if they're cool if they weren't actually the ones to fucking send them.
Well,
So if
I
it
feel like no. I mean in the negotiation, not in like to Makoto. I just mean like in the negotiation, would that really be like a complete negotiation if the one side just said, "Yeah, we're just not gonna deal with you. We're just gonna leave and deal with ourselves"?
I mean, if they have a super soldier program, they might respect it. But like
Yeah, I
again,
guess. Yeah. In that scenario, they have super soldiers.
right, there's multiple different questions on this. So
Unexpectedly, the UG agreed. Both sides accepted a non-intervention condition.
Now that sounds like a program message. Unexpectedly. Now I say this specifically because, well, no, I guess not. Because if Makoto isn't on their side, this would be a surprise. Well, no, it wouldn't be a surprise for Makoto if he knew about the project. He would be like, of course they're gonna agree. Actually, no, I think we need to back up and say Makoto doesn't know anything. Because I feel like most of my theories are based off of Makoto coming from the UG. And if he's going against the UG, I guess if he just has... If his connection... What if his connection was with Hellsmile? I know that would be counterintuitive and that wouldn't tell me to be with the UG.
yeah, it
But
wouldn't make sense really.
But if he's selling info to the UG, right? Because the scientist was giving the info out, but he was giving it out to Hellsmile, who was giving it to presumably just the outside world, UG included. So what if he was actually a UG personnel off the record, right? You see what I'm saying?
I guess, but at the same time, I still don't think that part makes
And that
as
could be
much
why
sense.
he's so pissed at Makoto. Because he knew Makoto, and then Makoto stole his spotlight. He's like, you motherfucker, I was in this role. I've done this for years. And you just come in and pretend like you are the boss? Like, that would explain why he's so pissed off
Right.
at Makoto.
I feel like that one's jumping a couple more leads again. I feel like that's how we ended up so lost last time in your ideas, is the fact that you often go on in these tangents of like, oh my god, this is possible. And then you forget that some parts you made up, and you often just like carry those as factual, leaving us more confused in the.
What are you
in
talking
the,
about? We all know Conan Ward's always been an isolation state.
Alright.
And concluded negotiations. I suspect some sort of secret arrangement was made regarding homunculus information.
So, sorry, one more time. I was going to say that the reason why I said we need to back off on what Makoto knows a little bit is because obviously he's probably not a UG. Because he's more than likely not a UG agent, then we don't know exactly what he can know about that firm. Because if it is just he has a friend in the company, he might only know 10% of the situation at all times. Right?
Right.
And even in those cases, he probably could misconstrue something, like humans do, into something more, so even if it's only 10%, he's like, oh, I know 50% of their plans. You know?
Okay, I can kind of see what you're going for.
Like, it's like my leaps of logic. You say, you take this piece of info, and you're like, okay, what are the possibilities of blank? And you're like, I feel that's quite likely. And then obviously you feel it's likely because you don't know the reality. You know?
Right. Yes.
So, like, it's like, I
No,
think...
I stopped thinking. So
Yeah.
you're on your own now.
Oh my goodness. I still can't believe Ori and the Blind Forest got foreshadowed that way. That was insane. Okay,
Makoto didn't tell you about the details of the arrangement?
Well, that was part of the agreement. Speaking of, there was one other condition.
it was an NDA.
He said if negotiations were successful, I would have to concede my position.
It was a kind of blackmail.
I don't know if it'd be blackmail as much as it was a promise.
It's coercion.
Coercion,
coercion.
yes. I can say
That's
coercion,
that's
yeah.
still blackmail, kind of.
Because, like, because if here's what I'm thinking, right? Is it
Right.
blackmail if he helps them? If he's helping them and he only
Well,
do it.
yes, it is because it's still blackmail if you say I can help you, but only if you do this. That's blackmailing someone with the help because that's something they need in this situation is help. And if you're willing to restrain it without these conditions being met, that's blackmailing over this subject
Because, like,
or coercion.
I was, like, thinking of it as, like, if you have two people who are willing to do a job, right, and one's asking for more than the other, that wouldn't be obviously blackmail because one's asking for more, even though
But
you might need
yes,
your lawn
that would
cut,
be the case.
you know.
But the difference is in this case, it's a possible detriment. Like you have to give up something. So in that case, in this case, it is kind of
Okay,
like
okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And it's leveraging the damage that can be done to his advantage. It's not like out of a goodwill or just out of commerce.
right. It's coercion, and that's
Yes.
just not okay.
But
Fucking trying to think. Uh, I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking. I'm still
that's
tired.
fine. We can do
I
the end.
can't fuck
It
up.
is 30. It is 31. So I'll do the end card. If you enjoyed this
Sweet.
video, do this on the top screen. If you have any questions, send them in the comments below or to our Discord server. There'll be a link to the description in our about section. And me is in the same two places as they're associated. On the left is recommendation from YouTube, and the right is the series Raincoat. And we'll see you next time. Those shades.